Welcome back. We told you earlier this week how the Nevada Highway Patrol is pulling troopers from their DUI strike team with Metro. Scheduling, staffing, and new focuses are the reasons for the split. We've seen some comments from viewers wondering what's next. Metro says just because NHP isn't involved anymore, that does not mean their role is ending. Metro Sergeant Miguel Garcia and Lieutenant Brett Ficklin, both from Metro, join us now to talk about how their enforcement will continue. Good morning to you both.
Well, good morning, Alyssa. Thank you for having us. And yes, I mean, unfortunately, we don't have the help from the NHP troopers at this time, but it doesn't mean we're going to stop. We have the new name for it now, the LVMPD DUI strike team. And DUIs is one of those things that is extremely important for us and for the community. DUIs affect everyone, and that's why we have here with me Lieutenant Ficklin from the traffic section. He's in charge of the team, and he's going to explain to us what we can expect moving forward.
Sure. And Lieutenant, the DUI strike team was very successful. You guys made 768 DUI arrests to date. So how will you continue to be that successful without the partnership?
Well, the partnership was great in helping to generate those numbers and also getting the education out to other officers and troopers about the importance of the DUI investigations. But the six officers from our department that we assigned to that team are still going to be fully active. They're still going to be out there every night of the week. We're still going to be searching for DUI drivers, and we're still going to arrest DUI drivers.
Okay. And you have two different sort of DUI teams. You've got the DUI strike team and you've got DUI Blitz. What's the difference?
So the DUI strike team is actually a team of 6 members of our department that go out and they actively seek for DUI, or they actually hunt DUI drivers every night. The DUI Blitz is actually an event that we do at least once a month where we team up our DUI strike team members with other traffic officers, with patrol officers, and other agencies like NHP, Henderson, North Las Vegas, city marshals, and the school police. And we take a certain day of the month and we go out and we actively hunt for DUI drivers in certain areas. In fact, we have another DUI Blitz coming up this Saturday.
Okay, so these are separate than the DUI enforcement surrounding major holidays, 3-day weekends like what we just saw Labor Day.
Usually we'll try to plan these DUI blitzes around holiday events. Sometimes that doesn't necessarily work, but usually those are the times where we find that we will find the most DUI drivers, and so we want to have the most resources available that we can. And
how was this Labor Day in terms of DUI enforcement on the roads?
Well, it's unfortunately, we constantly hope that there's a decline in the success that we find on the roadways, and we're not finding that. And so the message we want to send out to the public is, if you're going to be drinking, if you're going to be using if you're going to be using your prescription medicines, if you're going to be using marijuana, to make sure that you're making arrangements for getting a ride, rideshare, cab, friends, but have a plan and stay off the road.
I'm so glad you mentioned prescription pills. It's something that we don't talk about very often because a lot of people think a doctor prescribed this to me, I can get behind the wheel, but that's just not the case. Unfortunately, we are out of time, but I want to thank you both for joining us this morning. And if you have a question for Metro, send an email to behindthebadge@fox5vegas.com.